Hello and welcome to our corner of the internet. My name is Mara Ghost, and today I have the honor of reviewing the Triple Aught Design Axiom 24 pack. So let's get right into it. So I feel like this bag is probably one of the most respected packs in the carrier community, next to the Evergoods Civic Panel Loader or the Brown Buffalo Conceal pack. So what exactly makes this bag so great? To explain that, let's dive into the features real quick. You've got a VX21 ripstop shell. You have VX3 lining. You have this sort of like Hypalon synthetic rubber type of thing on the top here and also on the attachment points. You also have this really nice back panel here. The name is really long. It's closed cell cross-linked polyethylene foam. You've got 24 liters of capacity as the name implies, and also it's going to be a clamshell opening. You have this cool inverted pocket right here that actually reaches on the inside of the bag. You have two 16-inch laptop compartments on each side for ambidextrous access. You also have two water bottle holders on each side that are separated but are also inside of the bag. It's separated from the main capacity. And then of course you've got your nice YKK water resistant zips, so that's awesome. So the Axiom 24 pack skillfully walks the line between simplicity and practicality. So if you look at this bag by itself, it's not necessarily going to look like anything special. You really have to use the bag to really appreciate the design choices that were made. All right, so real quick, let's go ahead and talk about this admin compartment, right? So this is one of my favorite parts of this bag because it is so well thought out, and I feel like these pockets are intentional. It's not like they just threw pockets inside of here just because, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel cluttered when you have your stuff in here. So like I have hand sanitizer, I have two little pouches right here, I have lotion, I normally keep my Apple Pencil here, I've got a pen, and then I also have stuff in this mesh pocket right here, which I also love because it allows you to kind of see what's inside. And also, it kind of drops down, which is cool because the zipper keeps things from falling out and you can see what's inside. I really like this, and also if you wanted, you could also kind of like stuff something in here. I'll just be careful of it falling out, but there is a little bit of room to kind of like keep it in place, if that makes sense. So also the cool thing about this is that there's a little bit of a, I don't know what you would call this, like a billow or something, I'm not sure. But it allows the bag to kind of expand just a little bit, so it has some dimension, which I believe contributes to it not feeling super cluttered when it's packed out. And then there's also some like webbing inside of here, so if you want to attach something, you can do that. I really like this admin compartment. It's one of my favorite parts of the bag. I also almost forgot to mention that in the admin compartment, this right here is perfect for like a 11.5 inch or whatever iPad Pro. I'm not sure if it would fit the 12-inch one, but it fits my 11-inch iPad Pro perfectly fine. And this is awesome for that. I just throw my Apple Pencil in here, throw the iPad in there, super quick access, a really cool feature. Okay, so the main compartment of this bag is amazing. So first of all, it's clamshell, so it opens all the way, so you can really get a good view of everything that's inside, which is awesome. And then, like I said earlier, there's actually an inverted pocket on the inside. So in here, there's a zipper that you can actually access through the front of the bag. I personally have never used that, but it doesn't take up any space at all, so it doesn't bother me. If it did take up any space or if it was obstructive in any way, I would rather do without it. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's a feature to really buy the bag over, but I feel like if you see that and it kind of like makes sense to you, then you're gonna want it, right? But for me personally, I've never used it. It's just not for me, honestly. So the lining of this bag isn't super bright, but it's bright enough for me to see things that are inside. So I don't really have too many complaints here. It matches the aesthetic of the bag. Also, speaking of lining, the Triple Aught Design Axiom 24 pack has this like VX3 ripstop X-Pack type of material, which honestly feels stronger than the outside shell of most bags. Cheaper bags, I mean. So I absolutely love this. You guys know how I feel about lining if you've been on this channel for a little bit. It's super important to me. I feel like if the lining goes bad in a bag, it kind of makes the bag harder to use. And this passes my test. So this is awesome. Hey guys, I just wanted to take a quick moment to say that if you're enjoying this video, then please leave a like. And if you're really loving it, then maybe consider subscribing. All right, back to the video. It feels rigid and durable, which I feel like contributes to how the bag holds its shape. So it's like, I don't want to say stiff because I feel like stiff might have a negative connotation, but it's flexible enough while also being firm, I suppose. So this bag actually has 2 water bottle compartments, one on each side of the bag. And this is going to eat into the main capacity, so keep that in mind. But it's going to be a great way to not only use it as a water bottle pocket, but also use it for other things. For example, I keep my umbrella in here. You could also throw a small water bottle in here. Just keep in mind that it'll eat into the main capacity. There's also drainage at the bottom of these, so if it spills, first of all, it won't touch your other gear because there's like a divider right here, but also it'll drain through the bottom. There are holes on the bottom right here. The cool thing about this is, like I said, you can fit other stuff, like I fit my umbrella, maybe like a MacBook charger or any laptop charger. I also want to mention that this doesn't fit my 32-ounce water bottle. So you probably have to stick with like, I don't know, whatever is below a 32-ounce bottle. So keep that in mind. So earlier, you might have heard me say that there are actually 2 laptop compartments on here, but hold your horses, I would not fit 2 laptops in here at the same time. Really, the 2 laptop compartments are for ambidextrous access, so you can choose which one that you want to use. So if you want to utilize both pockets, what I would recommend is putting a laptop in one end and putting something really flat, like maybe some papers, or in my case, I put a folder inside of here. But if you overstuff this, it's not going to be fun to carry because it's going to make the back panel bulge out. And also, I wouldn't want that much pressure on my laptop, even though this is decently padded. I would just not want that for my laptop. There is a quick access compartment here. Again, it's good. There's not really anything to note here. It's just a solid quick access compartment. I have a calculator in here. You can put your sunglasses or I don't know, whatever you use that for. It just works well. It has this nice water resistant zipper on the top. And also, while we're here, I also want to mention that the top of this bag actually has this like rubber like feel, which is interesting. I think it's kind of cool, and it's probably going to help a lot with the water resistance. So let's talk about ergonomics real quick. This bag is very comfortable. It's similar to the Evergood Civic Half Zip or the Mission Workshop Rake in that it feels very close to my body and almost like an extension of myself. It doesn't feel like I'm carrying like a huge thing on my back, I suppose, which is kind of cool because it's a backpack and you actually are carrying something on your back. The mesh is really nice. There are these two large air channels that allow for ventilation. And then the mesh also helps keep your back cool. It helps with sweat and all of that kind of stuff. The straps are stiff in a good way. I like it. There's also that same mesh with the really complicated name that I can't say. But the mesh is super cool. Love the ventilation here. The bag feels great. You've got load adjustment straps on here, which help you kind of change how the bag sits on your back, if that makes sense. Sternum strap. I personally don't use sternum straps that often, but if you need it, it's here. And you can also take it off and change where it sits. So they really thought about everything. And I honestly really like this. I think the load adjustment straps actually are really nice for if you're going to be carrying your bag for a little bit longer and you just want to get that perfect fit. Comfort is great. I would probably put this at maybe right below the Mission Workshop Rake. So this would probably be the second most comfortable bag I've ever used. So the third most comfortable bag would probably be the Civic Half Zip, then this, and then the Mission Workshop Rake. So yeah, this is awesome. So water resistance on this bag is great. I have no complaints here. It is probably some of the best water resistance that you'll get. It's next to the Mission Workshop rake. I wouldn't say it's quite intense as the weather resistance on the Black Ember Citadel or really anything from Black Ember. But this is fantastic. So you've got your VX21 shell, which is going to be water resistant. You've got your YKK water resistant zips. You've got your Hypalon kind of rubber thing on top of here that helps keep water out. So this bag is very water resistant. I would say my only issue, and this isn't really an issue, it's more of a concern, is that there's like no hoods on top. Like, so for example, the Mission Workshop rake has these little hoods on top of the zippers. And what those do is right where the zipper meets where, you know, the end of the, I guess, I don't know, when the zipper pull meets the end of the zipper's trail, I suppose, there's a little bit of a gap, which might let a tiny bit of water in. And so what the Mission Workshop rake did is that they put a little hood so that the zipper would kind of rest in there and water would fall off. Again, just a super minor detail, but I would like to see that implemented on another iteration of this bag because I feel like it would barely add any cost or labor or anything like that. But yeah, water resistance on this bag is great. It handles the Florida rain just fine. So the top carry handle is pretty solid. It feels very sturdy. It has this very thick, I guess it's webbing or something like that. It's reinforced with reinforced stitching and all of that stuff. It sits very close to the bag. So it might be a little hard to find, but I like that personally because it keeps the silhouette kind of slim. So yeah, I really like the strap, or not the strap, the carry handle. So the cons of this bag are really minor, and I really had to look at this with a lot of scrutiny to find something wrong with it. I would say there was only one major issue, but let's go ahead and start with the most minor thing, which would be the zipper pulls. So these two zipper pulls right here in particular, and they're also going to be on the other side, they're going to be really hard to differentiate. So this is going to be for your water bottle pocket, and this is going to be for your laptop pocket. So what they did is they added a zipper pull on this one, and they don't have a zipper pull here, which allows you to differentiate, and you will get used to that. I've gotten used to that. But when you start, you're gonna most likely, and I still do this sometimes, is you're gonna try to get to your laptop compartment and you're gonna open your water bottle compartment. It just happens. You will get used to it. I did. But just keep that in mind. Very minor thing. So the main issue with this bag is actually gonna be the laptop compartment. So in and of itself, the laptop compartment is good. The real issue is accessing it. So I'm going to try my best to display this on camera, but pretty much there's this flap right here, and this flap obstructs the zipper of the laptop compartment. And what that does is if you have a 16-inch laptop like I do, when you pull this down and you try to take out your zipper, when you pull this down and you have to take out your laptop, my apologies, you're going to have to pull this back and then take out your laptop. That is really the main thing. I don't really know what they could do to fix that. But again, it's just, that's going to be the main issue. And it's something that you get used to, but just keep that in mind. So in conclusion, this bag is amazing. It's probably my favorite bag at this point. It even tops the Evergood Civic Half Zip. This is going to be great if you need a really hardcore bag to just last when it comes to durability, when it comes to weather resistance, all of that stuff. It has great features that are useful, and honestly, the features that may not be relevant to you are so well implemented that they won't really hinder your use of the bag. So, and I love this bag. This is going to be probably my new everyday carry bag when I'm not testing new ones, just because it's so good. And I feel like Triple Aught Design really outdid themselves with this. And of course, this bag is so revered in the backpack carry community. And for good reason. It deserves it. This is an awesome bag and I highly recommend it. So the only issue with this bag is going to be its price. This is a one and done bag, and at the time of recording, this comes in at $365. So this is the second most expensive bag that I have reviewed on this channel. And that's going to put a lot of people off, rightfully so. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. But this is a one and done, buy for life type of thing. And if you want a bag that's going to outlive you, I 100% recommend this. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then I would appreciate it if you subscribed. If you want to see more of me, you can also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that link below. And you can also follow me on Twitter. I'll also leave that below. But yeah, with that being said, I've been Margos, and I'll haunt you tomorrow. Bye-bye.